Alright, here is the first story I'm going to do today, which is a story that just put a very bad taste in my mouth. And it tells about this poor kid who just passed away, and I think let me get his name was Triston Graham, and he's been making the news lately, news as of yesterday and Wednesday. Now, why I'm with poor Tristan Graham is that this is a kid who had some health issues, and he had a heart problem, and then when he was pretty much on his death throes, you had these little snots around him were taking photos of him instead of going to asking for help. And the thing is that this is not a new phenomenon in this day and age of public media. A lot of attention whores like doing this bullshit where this is someone someone's in mortal peril, whether through by accident or acts of deliverance. They instead of actually doing something or going for help, they just go and they actually want to turn this into attention whoring, and this is what these little twerps did. And all of them, I want to say, all of them need to get their teeth kicked in for this, though. So let's go. So the brother of Tristan Graham, the 17-year-old Lennon high school student who collapsed and died in Maypen, Clarendon, this Monday, is saddened by allegations that siblings did not receive assistance immediately. Tristan's family said that he was diagnosed with a heart condition almost a decade ago, but had not fallen ill since. Delmar Douglas, Tristan's older brother, was overcome grief at the family's home in Trumpet Tree, Alexandra, Clarendon. Quote to quote, they said he grabbed his chest and fell, said help, and nobody was there to help him. Everybody had take pictures of video before him, says my brother. Yeah, and this is the part which disgusts me, as I said. Bimo Douglas, who's a member of the JDF. To know I'm here every day working, just trying to protect this country. I know my brother needed assistance to get to hospital, and they were videoing. They didn't help, of course, because these little twerps or little punks pretty much said, "Hey, you know what? I just want some clout at the expense of this poor kid who's dying." And rather than being actually decent human beings, all right, they could this kid would still alive. And yeah, I know people may excuse that. Well, maybe none of them knew how to do CPR or prenom or any way of helping him medically, but but the fact that you could have ran for help, all right, or ran and got someone snapped him pictures, all right, or phoned somebody who could have helped him. But the fact that you're just taking pictures of this kid is dying, have to be all levels of sick in the head to even have that mindset. Quote unquote, he added that this is the most horrible feeling anyone could ever feel. So now traumatizing feeling knowing you didn't know you're going to occur from. He was now my brother, but also my best friend, said Douglas. Tristan's father, Maurice Graham, had a few words when he spoke with Star yesterday. Quote unquote, right now our father bear him son. I think we are trying to bear him father, he said, recalling a dreadful call that before the trade news. He said, me there work, I hear him say him drop down, but by the time reach house I'm dead. I said, dead? No sir, by the time he reach and see my car black lie down. Alright, and it was very tragic because poor man has to live with the fact that his son is no longer in the land of the living. Alright. And Ainsworth Kelly, against counsel high school cried who said spoke and say it was alleged that Tristan was on ground for about 20 minutes before anyone assisted. Alright, quote to quote. The students who were there with him called on me through occasion to say Certain was picking up Tristan, he said. It's alleged that a tax man had been to pay $5,000 before we were in any assistance. Piece of shit right there if that's true. Time more celebrating Chalmon. When we get there when a child came in and grow my suffered as just walked back, question Kelly. Tristan was scheduled 6 Caribbean CXC subject to common external examinations. Right, and his own teacher spoke highly of him, and basically said that this is a kid that had a promising future. But and I don't feel I need to go on, but I think, like I said, it just shows you that this is unfortunately this just shows you that day and day, society we become more and more selfish and indifferent to our fellow human beings. And yeah, unfortunately, in Jamaica, that kind of attitude has been prevalent for decades. It's just going up to the fact that we're more bare bones with it. And the thing is about that is that this kid, due to the selfish, indifferent actions of a lot of people around him, this kid was robbed of a chance to actually do something with his life. Because if what they're saying is true, that this kid was an all around good and decent, accomplished youth, This kid is forever stuck in the age of 17 and was robbed of a chance. And is it likely if these people had cared more about his safety than clout, this kid could possibly be still alive? But the fact that you would have, even if none of them knew any CPR or any medical techniques, the fact that everybody was just saying, okay, we're just so indifferent. Is like basically saying, oh, it's just like a dog lying dead on the street. It's like, yeah, whatever. I mean, like it's just to them the fact that they got so much sick pleasure watching this poor kid die. As basically said, all of them need to get knocked right, their jaws broken for that, because you have to be again all levels of depraved and sick to allow that. In fact, that even to say that taxi man to be paid that much money. All right, I really hope that taxi man, if this is true, has no children, because I would not, because to have someone like that as a parent, you don't want to imagine what those kids are going through. But I'm just disgusted at this hearing this though. I mean, I didn't know this poor kid. He's young enough to be my little brother. All right. I mean, I'm not that much up there in age. I mean, I'm not, but at the same time, I'm not like really like a young. But like I said, this kid was probably been old enough to be my kid brother. And like I said, when I read stories like this, when you have ordinary Jamaican civilians who have promise and potential go get their lives taken away on some bullshit bullshit circumstances, that I have nothing but disgust with the story. And like I said, only solace is that this kid's in a better place, because Jamaican society, a lot of us don't deserve someone like this. A monster miss though. And the fact, like I said, that this kid could have been most likely been alive if you hadn't these little snots and been so selfish and so heartless and so depraved and sick. It is very telling. And as I said, karma is going to come for all of these people individually, because they need to be in a situation where they're fighting for their lives and people are just going to be indifferent as they're probably going, probably have to see that proverbial white light coming through for them and so on. Because the people like that deserve that kind of indifference and sympathy. But I say to say that this is what the problem with Jamaica and a lot of, and basically the world, most of the world is now, is that everybody is just so selfish and apathetic to our human beings and to our fellow human beings. And this is a sign of the world going to hell in a handbasket when too many people have this bullshit mindset, and people like that deserve whatever karma is coming for them. And that's all I have to say about this now. So rest in peace, this kid who could have most likely gone on to done some wonderful things in life, but was robbed of his chance to really live his life. Because this kid, like I say, is forever stuck in age of 17. This kid is not going to live. This kid is not going to have to going to live to like be a parent or a grandparent. All right, and the fact that his own parents have to bear him. And when I've always said, no parent should ever have to bear their child, because it should be a case where Triston, rest of his siblings should have been bearing their parents when they're basically when their time came down the road. But sickening all over. That's all I have to say. So stay to Jamaica and the Caribbean. Check out my YouTube pages, Miles Gusafarin, Miles J Productions, Real Thoughts of Miles. Alright. Oh, and by another thought. I want to know if the human rights groups, alright, the ones that basically say claim that they care about a lot of civilians who die under very tragic and very sinister circumstances, if they're going to make Tristan make sorry they're going to make Triston Graham a hashtag. I just want to know though. I want to know if they're going to have that same energy for this kid, or by the time this week is over, that this kid is going to go down, is going to go fall down the memory hole. Because I just want to see if how many people are going to have that same energy for talking about this poor kid. But I know the answer to that question. Like they're going to probably forget about this kid by the end of this week. Because like I said, most of these people, just like these little dirtbags who let this little kid die and wanted clout, they don't really care about people like Triston Graham. He's just basically there to just make the headlines for like 2 or 3 days, and then by the time before when news cycle is up, yeah, it's just basically on to the next person who makes the headlines, and that's sadly I have to point that though as well. All right.